You are all probably wondering why I gathered you here today. Well, my teachers, family, friends, fellow students, my brothers and sisters, my main man, where is he? Mr. G Thang, and the rest of you random people who I don't really know. I am here to celebrate, nay, to rejoice upon the fact that us sweet, innocent, loving, little girls and boys that you all once knew at some point in the past are now all grown up, and we are graduating from the greatest high school in all of Los Altos Hills. We are graduating as the class of 8+4, or better known as class of 12. Thank you, math department. And we stand ready to take on the problems of the world. Also, before I get into this, I would greatly appreciate an applause after everything I say. Thank you. So, where to start with this little spiel? I'm sure that Emily, Ted, and Nunu all just have wonderful things to say about the past and how much fun it was and all our little dandy high school experiences. It was fun, we know. So, I'll leave all the dirty, sentimental business to you guys, because as a graduating senior, I like to have me a good time. So, I thought to myself earlier when I was writing this, I'm going to make this speech fun and interesting. But how? I couldn't think of anything. But then I decided, I think I need to focus on the future and what I have taken away from my fun learning experience at Pinewood. Because we have the real world ahead of us, right? The big shebang, the real deal. Not to mention, I know all of you would love to have your kids return to the one and only Pinewood one day. In case you're wondering, Mr. Gardner and Mr. Riches slipped me a quick 20 to say that. Thanks, guys. But anyways, people, you're looking at our future electrical engineers, doctors, politicians, Walmart employees, and top-notch Skip's Pizza delivery boys. Yeah, that's Dante Crayola, all right. So, class of donuts in a pink box, or better known as class of 12, what better way to kick all this off than to get some thoughtful and, more importantly, professional advice from a guy like me. So, class of Mikey's average number of absences in 1 week of school, or better known as class of 12. If I could offer you and your future Pinewood Panthers some tips for the future, they would include the following. Stay whisker friendly throughout your lives. It's what Mr. G Thang would want anyways. Plus, I'd say that you all get a pretty good reputation in college for being well-rounded, insightful, and critical thinking, self-motivated, clear communicating, and respectful individuals of character. Yeah, thank you for that applause. How you guys forget. Be appropriately social in the future. I've got no beef with these two, but as pointed out by Ms. Wood and Mrs. Nakagawa earlier, there is definitely a fine line between the dainty, tranquil nature of Emily Ng and the roaring cackle of the one and only Cameron Helvey. And by the way, if you all haven't seen Cameron Helvey's dishwashing distraction dance, just type that in on YouTube if you're ever feeling down. I promise you, you'll be back to your happy self in no time. So yes, find that in-betweener in nature. And stick with it. Make friends in high and low places. A variety of friends will give you necessary connections for success. I'm pretty close to becoming friends with almost everyone, if I do say so myself. And I really think Candace and Elizabeth are starting to warm up to me. Isn't that right, ladies?
Oh my God.
They said yes. And guys, let's be honest. Sucking up can get you places. So learn to suck up. But for all you teachers out there, you know, everything I ever told you, it was true, it was here, I swear. However, I may have thrown in a couple of examples of hyperbole in there, aka extreme exaggeration. Thank you, Lit Department. But don't take it personally. I was just trying to climb my way to the top. Okay, I'm gonna get all philosophical on you guys. People think the grass is always greener on the other side. That's false. The grass is greenest where it is watered. And that's common knowledge, isn't that right, Miss Hudson? So my advice is carry that water with you, and you'll always be where the grass is greenest. Mr. Urbano, this one's for you. Guys, if something goes wrong with your laptop in college, patience. Check all plugs. Restart the computer, and if that doesn't work, you're screwed. Get a new one. Or at least that's what Mr. Urbano taught us. Be an individual. Stand out in whatever way possible, and whenever you can, whether you're being interviewed for an important job position, or auditioning for something, or even if you're just ordering something at a drive-thru at McDonald's. It's good practice. For example, Big Mac. Big Mac, I need a double cheeseburger and hold the lettuce. Don't be from sun, no seeds on the bun. We be up in this drive-thru, order for two. I got the craving for number 9 like my shoe. We need some chicken up in here in this grizzle. A shizzle, my nizzle, extra salt on the frizzle. Dr. Pepper, my brother. Another for your mother, double, super size, and don't forget the fries. This next tip was taken from a poem Miss Golder showed us in the 3rd grade. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Perfect example, look how many detentions Mikey had to serve before we all learned how to get around the attendance policy. And for that, we thank you, brother. It's gotta be a Guinness World Record. Great job, Mikey. You'll be famous one day. Here's a tip for the administration, actually. Yeah, I got one for you guys. Let's choose a more interesting mascot, or at least spice up the Pinewood Panther a little bit. I've taken the liberty of designing a new mascot, which I'll present to you now as part of the senior gift. You can thank me later. I call it the Manther. Named after me, because I'm the man. You can't really see it, it's a little small, but if you look closely, you will notice the abnormally large muscles, and for intimidation reasons, and the extremely attractive chiseled facial features. I'll just put this over here. Become well-informed before expressing commitment to anything. I thought being ASB president would include leadership skills, activity planning, and role model practice. Yeah, this is not true. Being ASB president includes being tackled by tiny, little crazy children while suffocating in the Panther suit, cooking burgers endlessly at school events, and being blamed for any school function going wrong. And looking like an idiot on spirit days because, well, I have to. Plus, my mom makes all my costumes, and I don't want to anger the beast. Speaking of the devil, I mean, my mother. Here's a tip that my mom would always tell me in regards to high school. She puts her hand on my shoulder. No matter how ugly or stupid people tell you that you are, that may just be the truth, so accept it and move on, you big baby. And lastly, in the famous words of Dante Fraioli, guys, the teachers are smarter than they look. Yes, Dante. Yes, they are. And that goes for the rest of you guys. Teachers are heavily armed with sweet, sweet knowledge. So don't doubt their powers, take advantage of them. So that's enough useful tips for now. If you want to hear more, of those for myself, feel free to arrange a meeting with my personal lifelong secretary, Mr. Michael Allen Newman. Now, here is the part of my speech where I give all of my thanks to all these lovely people who have been there for us seniors. This is also the part of the speech where 90% of you are likely to zone out in some sort of way. But bear with me. Parents, thanks for always being there. Faculty, thanks for always being there. Administration and board, thanks for always being there. Sports coaches, thanks for always being there. Mikey, Greg, and Steph, thanks for always being there. Teachers who patrol the parking lot at lunch, making it impossible for underclassmen to leave for a quick, innocent bite to eat. Thanks for always being there. That cop that just sits on 85 every morning. Thanks for always being there. The employees at Costco who feel a need to highlight our checks to make it seem like they are doing something. Thanks for always being there. All the Sacred Heart fans who sang Party in the USA before our big rivalry game. Thanks for being there. And finally, ladies who constantly throw compliments my way, and I know there's a lot of you. Thanks for always being there. Okay, before I conclude this, I just wanted to mention a couple of names. So basically at our cap decorating party yesterday, I told my classmates that I would mention their individual names in my speech for a small fee of $5. There were two takers, Cameron and Salomone. Salomone, he paid me indirectly, but guys, thanks for always being there. By the way, this puts my total earnings up to $30, in case you were all wondering. Now, I feel I must end this thing in some sort of sentimental note, so let me set the mood right for the song I'd like to play. No, I'm just kidding, I messed up, that wasn't the song. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Okay. That's where it gets sad. Alright, so here's part of the speech where I have something to say, something extremely thoughtful and motivational. So here I go. Yeah, I got nothing. Just kidding. So, class of the number of hairs I've been able to grow on my chin this year, or class of 12. We've made a mark in history. The memories we've created together will last forever, and I will cherish every single moment of true happiness that you have all provided me. You guys are not only my classmates, but again, my brothers and sisters, and I will love you all forever. I'm confident that we will all accomplish great things in the future, especially if you take the advice that I've given you all. But in all seriousness, we, the class of 2012, are about to set out on accomplishing some great things. But the greatest thing that we've already accomplished together is surviving high school and creating friendships along the way that will last a lifetime. Once again, I love each and every one of you guys, and it gives me tingles to think of the crazy things that we'll do next. Thank you all for this great experience. You are truly the best class a handsome guy like me could ask for.